You've been seeking answers from every dermatologist, doctor, and all over the internet, wondering what on earth this unbearable skin issue is. You know something's up, and you've been suffering and silenced for far too long. This podcast is going to bring awareness to the brutal reality that is topical steroid addiction and withdrawal syndrome. It will give you practical mental and physical tips to help you along your journey and provide you the strength you need to push through each day. You'll hear from real people battling this illness, as well as experts in the field, and I'm also going to share with you what's happening as I battle and conquer TSW. You are not alone, you're not crazy, and you will heal. If there's one thing I know, it's that anyone going through this hell is a warrior. My name is Jennifer Powers, and I welcome you to TSW Journey to Healing. So I have 6 months and about 2 weeks under my belt of being topical steroid and oral steroid free. And there's something that I just wanted to share, that I just took a shower this morning and I took one yesterday, which is a big deal because if you're in the middle of your journey, or if you're especially in like the beginning, you may have been one of those people like me that could not tolerate water at all. Like at all. Not in the pool, not in a hot tub, not in the shower, not in the bath. In the very beginning, baths were so good for me. They were amazing. I would spend so long in them. And then after like a month, maybe 2 months, absolutely intolerable. Couldn't do it. It was the worst pain. So there'll be another episode for you to check out that's talking all about Epsom salt versus Dead Sea salt baths that you can take, and what works for one will not work for another. That's just the nature of this crazy thing. There isn't a one size fits all, but that's with everything in life, right? So what I wanted to share with you is my big accomplishment, which was taking a shower and having it not only be bearable, but about 2 or 3 weeks, probably 2 weeks ago or so, I noticed getting in the shower and I really didn't start to begin itching in the shower until about like a minute and a half. So I noticed that. I observed. I'm being very good with letting my body speak to me and me actually listening to it. And so what happened was, as soon as I started to get itchy in there, I jumped right on out, towel dried, really patted dry. And, the itching was pretty bad for about a good 5 to 10 minutes. And then it subsided. Now, I am still at the point in my journey where I am not putting on any creams of any kind. In the beginning, months 1 through 4, maybe I would say 1 through 3, 1 through 4, I was, doing some CeraVe lotion. I was doing Aquaphor, which Aquaphor is kind of the one thing that was consistent. I would not use anything every single day, but when I really felt like I was cracked, especially when my neck would kind of crack right open, I would put Aquaphor as like a healing ointment on there, and I was able to tolerate Aquaphor all these months for the most part, right? So, but I would get out of the shower and I'd want so badly to hydrate my skin with some kind of moisturizer, but every time I did in the past, my skin was immediately fire engine red, bright red, and it would burn and burn and burn. So I just kind of allowed myself, through my own research and asking lots of questions in our community, I was kind of under the impression that some people believe that your skin needs to learn how to moisturize itself, relearn how to hydrate itself. And so rather than putting something on top of my skin, I was just consuming a lot of H2O, drinking a lot of water. And again, I am inconsistent. I'm just going to admit it right now to you and let you know that I have struggled with that my whole life. Blame it on my ADHD or whatever, what have you, my just personality. But so that is what, I was doing. Now, the shower at one point, there is something called, that we call in our community, we call a acid shower. And it is so painful. It is as if you are pouring battery acid on your back, on your skin when in the shower. Now, I remember vividly this one time that this happened. I was at my boyfriend's. I decided to take a shower. The whole room turned white. That's literally what I saw. As soon as the water hit my back, I lost my breath. The whole room turned white. I thought I was going to pass out. I screamed a blood-curdling scream. And I almost slipped getting out of that shower, almost pulled the shower curtain rod and everything down. Thank God I didn't I didn't lock the door. He busted in the bathroom, got a towel, wrapped me up in it, and I was like shaking and crying, and the pain was like searing. It was the strangest thing. Like when I looked in the mirror behind me and pictured seeing my skin just peeled right off, like burnt off, and my skin looked not even red, right? My skin was like normal looking. It was just like regular normal color, and it was the pain was so, I had to breathe deep breaths, and while he like held me wrapped in this towel for, gosh, it seemed like it was a good 5 minutes. It might have been less, might have been more. I can't even remember. I swear I like blacked it or blocked it out. It was such a pain. I can't even. It was so bad. So if you are somebody going through this and you've been through that, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If this is something that you have noticed, my heart goes out to you. What I want to tell you is that you are not dirty, okay? If you need to eliminate showering, that is what you do. And you make no apologies, no excuses. If you're married, if you're dating, if you have friends, people are going to talk. People are going to have questions. Hopefully you have a very supportive network like I did and do. But, as somebody who used to shower at least once a day, sometimes twice a day, I like to work out. I like to be active. That is not the best thing for anybody's skin, but definitely not somebody going through TSW. So my suggestion to you is to let your body do the talking and just pay attention. If water becomes unbearable, that's a good sign that your body does not want it or need it at this moment. So, I like to say the bits and pits, right? If you can get a washcloth with warm water with some soap, the most important areas that need to get clean, you can clean them. The part that I'm going to disclaimer, I make no medical claims. I'm not giving any medical advice. I will tell you that during TSW, you will hear lots of people, and if you're asking your medical professionals, the biggest fear here is the risk of infection. When we're clawing our skin off and we're bleeding and we're creating these open wounds, yes, there absolutely is a risk of infection. So you want to keep your skin and your body clean. But believe it or not, soaps get this reputation for cleaning our bodies. What a lot of soaps do is strips the natural, the good bacteria on our skin. It actually is not the best thing, okay, in a lot of cases. I'm not saying every single brand of soap, every single kind, but if you are experiencing acid-like showers or baths, the best thing you can do is stop, give your body a break, and continually check in on it, right? Give it a couple weeks to a month where you're just getting those bits and pits cleaned and you're avoiding all water. Let your body heal. It wants to heal. It's doing the best that it can with what we've done to it, right? Unknowingly, not our fault. Forgive yourself. Give yourself grace. Okay, you did what you felt like you had to do. We all did, and now we're stuck with this. But that's okay because we are healing. So we need to aid our body and listen. If our body's telling us, "Hey, I don't like this," then no matter what, if that is something that is tremendously helping someone else that's going through this, if it isn't helping you, that means your body is telling you, no, not for me, not for us. We're a team here. Let's play on a team, the same team here, okay? But that feeling, that agony, it's just like there's nothing like it. I never in my life anticipated feeling that kind of pain from just stepping into a shower. It was mind blowing. So when I experienced the shower yesterday and then the one just a little while ago, I almost broke down in tears, and I was just in the shower. I choke up a lot of my healing to my faith because there is no other possible reason or answer that I am doing as well as I'm doing right now in month 7. There's no other reason but God and me being as kind to myself as I can, me, again, listening to my body, avoiding the water that feels like acid because it is so ungodly painful. It's just, there's no other explanation. So when I'm turning in the shower, and I do recommend when you can tolerate a shower, if it's possible, spend the last 30 seconds to a minute with, if you can't turn it all the way to freezing cold, make it really cool. Put your hair in it, let your skin, it fall on your skin. it's so many benefits. And as somebody who loves cryotherapy, I did a whole episode on that. I'm obsessed with it. There's something very good to shock the system and to put your body into a cold, very cold state. So check that episode out if you haven't already. But I am in that shower and I'm like, thank you, God. Thank you, God, for giving me this gift. Thank you, God, for healing me. Thank you. It's just whatever your spirituality or your path is or your God is or whatever, it's a very important part of this journey. I will tell you that, if not the most important part. But back to the topic here. This whole feeling of acid, it is so painful that I would, when I noticed how acid or how water felt like acid on my skin, I made a choice to shower once, at tops twice a week. And then again, get that washcloth just for, armpits, private areas, things like that. When I was in the shower, I would have to take a lot of deep breaths while that water was going before I stepped into it. I absolutely developed PTSD from this. And I've developed PTSD for so many reasons going through TSW, which I'm going to have to, thank God for therapy, and have to work on. And you maybe can relate to that, right? Things that were so normal, like just putting on a cream, give you this horrible feeling of panic and trauma response. Getting in a shower, which used to be so enjoyable, can give you this massive sense of trauma. Okay. I would have to literally sometimes jump up and down to psych myself to get into that shower because I knew how horrible pain that was going to feel. And, as women, no offense, guys, you have it a little bit easier in a lot of ways, but women, we shave in the shower, we take care of ourselves, our hygiene, or we try to, and, that might for you be unbearable. And the longer, my showers were maximum a minute to 2 minutes tops. And you get in, you take care of the areas that are most important, and you get out. And then, when it was at its worst for me, while I was in the shower, my body was not only feeling like I was going to pass out on fire, but I was feeling like head to toe, itching, burning, getting out of the shower. The itching and the burning feeling was so bad that it sometimes lasted for well over an hour. So I would take a 2-minute shower. And then for 2 hours or sometimes more after the shower, I would have to be deep, these big breaths while I'm trying so hard not to rip open my skin, clawing it, itching it, burning it, putting ice on it. It was something that used to take a very quick, you don't even think about it. You get in, you get out, you dress, I could not even put clothing on my skin. That is how bad the clothing felt. It hurt my skin. So these showers are such a gift. If you're at a point in your journey where you can now shower, or this has not affected you in this way, count your blessings. You may be sitting there like flaking away, oozing out of control, going through all these other symptoms, but be able to take a shower. So guess what? It's the little things. Practicing gratitude is key in everything in life. Definitely going through TSW though. So that is my quick little snippet on the showers that feel like acid. And if you are going through it, know that I see you, I hear you, I feel you, and it's going to be okay. It doesn't last. None of this will last forever. You are healing. Listen to your body. If your body is not liking water right now, don't do it. Don't do it. Listen to what it's telling you. Our bodies are crazy smart. They're healing machines. We pay attention to them enough and we will be well on our way to healing. So don't fight it. Go with it. It can be gruesome. It can be awful. It can feel dirty and off and just like terrible. I completely get it. But you got to listen to it and you got to follow its lead, because for the longest time we were doing the leading and we led ourselves right into harm's way unknowingly, right? Now we have to pay attention. There's a good book, Body Keeps the Score. It's really interesting. There's a lot of great books, by the way, a lot of good suggestions I have on my blog. So if you go to tswjourneytohealing.com and you go under, I believe it's the shop tab, you'll see a lot of great resources and things, including books, great reads to help you really learn more about your body and the trauma responses we have, the healing that we have, like all of it. It's really good stuff. So stay strong, my warrior friend. You are doing this every day and every minute that goes by. Forget every day. Every minute, every hour. You are that much stronger and you are doing it. You should give yourself a huge hug. Love yourself. Take this time to really learn about yourself. Pay attention to your body. And if you aren't liking those showers, then ditch them. I promise you, you're not dirty. You're still clean. Your body's cleaning itself. You will aid it as best you can in that process. But don't second guess this. Follow what your body's telling you. And know that you can look forward to a shower that does not hurt in your future. It will happen again and you will get to enjoy that. I promise you. Thanks for listening. Please remember to subscribe and leave feedback. With your help, we can spread awareness together. So please share the show with anyone you know who may be struggling with a medical condition and using steroids to treat it. And be sure to check out the blog for helpful resources to aid you along your TSW journey at tswjourneytohealing.com.